How do you fascia blast when your skin is painful to touch? I get this question asked a lot, so today I thought I'd help you with that. I'm going to show you a simple technique that will help you not only fascia blast, but keep you blasting, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Kimberly with Living Our Priorities, where we help you make time for the things that matter most in the areas of faith, family, and work, including taking care of our temple. I have been blasting for 6 years, and this is what has kept me joint pain free as I walk through fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis. If you've been following our channel for a while, then you know I am a fascia blaster sister for life. And I'm often asked, how in the world are you able to blast when the skin is so sensitive to touch, especially if you have fibromyalgia? And the truth is, if you have unhealthy fascia, it's probably painful to blast. But there is a simple technique that you can use that will not only help you blast, but keep you blasting. And by using this technique, I have been able to blast now over 6 years. So I want to show you not only this technique, but I want to talk about the tools that you should be using, especially when you're just starting out. So let's get started. All right, before we dive in and I show you the tools and this simple technique, I want to talk about why it's so painful to blast to begin with. When we have unhealthy fascia, and many of us do, especially when we're just learning about fascia blasting, our body is in an unhealthy state where our fascia is concerned. And when that is happening, our fascia is binding together, and often called fascia adhesions is what we feel throughout our body. Now, you may have felt or have said in the past, oh, I have a knot in my neck or my shoulder. And the truth is, muscles don't knot, but fascia does create adhesions. When fascia sticks together, that's what it creates. And when our fascia is unhealthy and our fascia is sticking together, it is sticking together and pressing against muscles and nerves, which gives us the pain that we have. So in order to free sticky fascia, we will use the fascia blaster to free it up, open it up so that blood flow and oxygen can get through, but that process can be a little painful depending on how jacked up your fascia is. So I would also suggest reading The Cellulite Myth, written by Ashley Black, that explains healthy fascia and unhealthy fascia and how to correct it. And actually this made a difference for me in understanding how to care for my body, not just fascia blasting, but all the pieces that go along with it, such as eating healthy, drinking water, exercising, stretching, all of those things that create healthy fascia in our bodies. So now let me show you how to do this. Okay, I'm going to attempt to show you on my thigh. I typically don't show my legs for modest reasons. But anyways, the best way for me to show you this technique is on the thigh because people tend to have the most sensitivity on their legs. So first of all, if you are blasting for the first time or you have pain sensitivity, you want to use a small claw tool. So this is the face blaster, which is a small claw tool. This is the original fascia blaster. These are large claw tools, so you can totally tell the difference. I did do a video on all the tools explaining small claw tools, large claw tools, and the refiners, which are the nuggets. So you can go back and look at that video, but you should use a small claw tool. Now, there are several, but I do want to explain. This is the face blaster. This is the mini paddle, which is also a small claw tool. As you can see, there are just several rolls with the handle, which will allow you to get more coverage. I will say the face blaster is probably the best to start with. The mini paddle blaster, you can cover more area, but actually the face blaster gets a little deeper. This is a little lighter. So actually, if you're super, super sensitive, you could start with the mini paddle. My only reasoning for starting with a face blaster is because a face blaster is the only tool approved for your face and can be used everywhere. So if you can only get one, this would be my choice. The master blaster is also a small claw tool. It's just a lot more of them on a longer handle, which I like because you get more leverage. It is also a deeper blast than the face blaster, much deeper than the mini paddle. So I would say advance to this when you feel like you're ready for it. This is the master is also my favorite. Another small claw tool that is an option would be the paddle blaster, but you see how big this is. It is also very heavy. So if you have pain sensitivity, this might be a little much for you, although I do think it would be really great to be a part of your collection, but maybe not necessarily to start out with. Even though this is the same, but a mini paddle, it is a much lighter blast than the paddle blaster. Because it's heavier, the weight of it will give you a little deeper blast. So any small claw tool would work, but I think if you are really sensitive, you should probably start out with the face blaster. And if it's really sensitive, in order to blast, when you're blasting on bare skin, you would use some oil. But if you're sensitive, this is the technique that I learned from Ashley Black herself, simply called the slap method. You simply will slap the area that is sensitive. And what this does is it sends a signal to the brain that, hey, there is some pain going along here, and it sends a signal so that your body knows to prepare for it. And after a while, your body gets used to it and it's not as painful. You can keep slapping. You can slap. I was doing it light. Now I'm doing a little harder. You can keep slapping until you get red or until you feel like, you know what, I feel this and it doesn't feel as bad. And now you can go ahead and blast. Then just use some oil. This is Ashley's roll-on. Absolutely love it. And if you use the face blaster, any blaster, you have control. And you see I'm going very, very light. And this allows me to blast. You can go a little deeper. And if you want a really deeper blast, you can use the Master Blaster. That will actually go a little deeper, but only do this when your fascia is ready for it. And if this is painful, then lighten up, but stick with this for a while until you're ready to move into the larger claw tool, which is a massage tool. Just because you have unhealthy fascia right now does not mean that you won't grow into it where you can use all the other tools. I am a 6-year blaster sister and I have every single one of the tools and can use them for long lengths of time. So if it's sensitive to touch, try the slapping method and start with a small claw tool. All right, we trust that you found that helpful, especially if you have pain sensitivity while blasting. Remember, slow and steady wins the race, so learn what you can, but only do what you can. Just ease into it. Don't do too much too fast. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.